Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we'll be reviewing the third test between India and England. The interesting one this time is it's in the largest stadium in the world with 110,000 capacity. But unfortunately, not that many fans will be in the stadium. With that being said, also the other important thing is it's a pink ball test. So England, I'm sure, will be licking their lips. Ben Stokes has come out and said that the likes of Jimmy Anderson, Stuart Broad, Jofra Archer are already licking their lips. It's going to be fun. The twilight period is going to be interesting. Um, uh, yeah, what are your thoughts on the game
Oof,
and the preview?
I'm really excited. I think the series is evenly poised right now, 1-1. This ping pong has been talked about quite a bit, a lot. I don't know, for some reason, everyone seems to think that it's going to swing, it's going to be suit the fast bowlers. We saw grass on the pitch like just a day before. But, bro, I think that grass is going. I don't think that's staying over there. It's not
Yeah,
going to be a Lord's pitch. I think the biggest part in this is that twilight period. I think the likes of Anderson, Archer, Bumrah, Ishant Sharma, Siraj, these guys will be lethal in that period. I don't know who the third seamer is going to be for England, but yeah, I think they're going to be. That's going to be the danger period for the batsmen. Apart from that, I don't know how it's going to go because yes, it's a pink ball, but I think during the day you can bat normally. If it's a flat wicket, I think there will be runs to be taken. Also, this turning thing, right? Like I think of course, India will be confident after Chennai. They won on a turning pitch, but I don't know if you can make a turning pitch in a new stadium so quickly. If you can, then expect it to turn. Then that grass is
absolutely.
just a decoy distraction. But I don't know how that's going to happen. I think there will be turns somewhere there. But if it's a traditional Indian track, then the toss will be very important once again.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I think that there'll be a little bit more for the faster bowlers in this one, just
Yeah.
because, of course, there's a twilight period as well, and also it's a very new stadium, so there will be it will be hard. So you can expect a little bit of the seam and stuff like that. So that's probably what it's gonna be. But that's as far as the pitch goes and as far as the toss goes. But I think in terms of the tactics for India, if it's not a spinning pitch, you expect the likes of Bumrah probably just comes back in this game and expect a little bit more from him and Ishant in terms of the overs that are being bowled, and then of course continue to expect a little bit from Ash and Akshar Patel, who's been good. They will probably be a toss up if the pitch is actually showing some pace and some grass. You might expect that Siraj keeps his place and Kuldeep will probably be the one to take the axe.
That's what I would
Unfortunately,
do. Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
would
So
do.
it'll depend on how the pitch is, of course, but I think that's probably what it is. And in terms of the batting, I think the more of the same. Rohit Sharma scores those runs. Puji, Virat, all of these guys have had decent stints in the even Ajinkya for that matter has had decent stints at the crease. Just kind of improve on that. Maybe score a century. One of these guys would be ideal. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think with the bat, Virat Kohli, I'm very excited to see how he plays. I think he played really well in the second test match in the second innings.
Yeah.
But I think his presence will be very important because the pink ball will swing a bit. I saw in Adelaide, he batted really well under the lights
Yeah.
with Rahane. So I think he'll be very important. If that twilight period does occur, it will occur. But if he's there, then it'll be very interesting to see how he handles it. I think he's equipped to do it. So he's a key player. Rohit Sharma giving those starts, I think that would be very important. Pujara, he's had a quiet series so far. I think he had a good 70 in the first test match, but
Yeah.
looking for a big 100 from him. Wear down the England bowlers. I think now it's the weather is going to get hotter. There's
Yeah.
still two test matches to play, 10 days. So I think where those English bowlers, I think Pujara's will be key.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the likes of Rahane, Pant, they have their assigned roles. I think Rahane will try to anchor and play support to whoever is there batting, and when he needs to take the mantle, he'll do it. And then Pant is just a counter-attacking batsman, whatever the conditions, whatever the situation, he's there. He's going to get boundaries, and yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how it goes.
Yep. Absolutely. And your player to watch out from the Indian team.
From the Indian team, Virat Kohli, I just feel that it's been a while. I'm not even talking about yeah, of course 100. I would like to see
Yeah.
100, but apart from that, I just think the pink ball playing Jimmy Anderson, it's not going to be like Lords. I think people are hyping it up. I don't know. I might be completely mistaken, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to be like English kind of swing. But it is going to be testing, especially in that twilight period when between dinner and tea, like the
Yeah.
tea and dinner. So when the light is fading, so I think. When the natural light is fading. I think that's going to be the difficult part. But yeah, so I think that'll be a big challenge for the Indian batsmen as well as the English batsmen. But also, I think Bumrah is another player to watch out for, because as much as there's Jimmy Anderson, you have the likes of Bumrah, Ishant, Siraj, who are quality fast bowlers, and you have to understand that they're more used to these kind of conditions. They know, like, Anderson is a great bowler, so is Archer, but they still need to adapt to these conditions. It's not going to be their home condition. So I think this is where these guys have an advantage.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think in terms of England's perspective, I think Jimmy Anderson, Jofra Archer probably both come right back in the fray. But I don't know with their rotation policy. I don't know who's in, who's out.
Johnny
More or less
Bairstow is back. Johnny Bairstow is back.
Johnny is back.
Uh,
So if
the,
Fox keeps his place or Johnny comes into the lineup, we really
I
don't
think,
know.
yeah, I mean, like, to be very honest, like, this rotation policy is like really confusing. It is gonna, it's a disadvantage and an advantage. I'm gonna say that, like, in the second test, it clearly looked like a disadvantage. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't have Anderson Archer, but like, to be honest, from in my point of view, fair enough. That's your policy. You stick by it. That's what, if everyone's on the same page, if the captain's on the same page, fine. But I did say this before as well. It is difficult for the captain because he doesn't know who's gonna play. Like, he's not sure. Like, and even if he does know who's gonna play, he has to handle different types of people every game. Like, when you're going into a big series like this, you kind of want to know your players, like at least have a 12, 13 core unit, and then of course you can swap depending on performances and injuries. So,
Yeah.
so I don't know how that will work, but fair enough. If that's their plan, go for it. Let's see. Only time will tell. We can only analyze this after the fourth test. But I think Johnny Bairstow will bring a lot of experience. One down, he batted well in Sri Lanka. I think that that spot when Lawrence first two test matches, there was glimpses of talent there, but he just couldn't. Like, you need to
Yeah.
at least get to those 50s, 60s as one down, because you need to be that, like, kind of between the opening batsman and Joe Root, you need to be that kind of balance act, right? So I think Bairstow can provide that. He can counter punch. He can play the big innings as well. So
And he's an extremely good player of spin.
extremely good players when he keeps to Rashid Khan in the IPL. He's
Yeah.
played in the IPL, so he's played spin a lot. Of course, this is going to be a pink ball, it's going to be different, but at the same time, like you said, he plays spin well, so that is going to be an advantage, and he has the shots. And yeah, let's see how that goes. I think that's a very important important return. But Ben Stokes, I think he needs to step up. I don't know. I think he has a nickel, man, because he didn't bowl that much in Chennai in the second test
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, because him with both bat and ball will be crucial, because the ball, when everyone is a bit low, he comes, charges in and gets those 3, 4 wickets, 5 wickets. So I
Yeah.
think he's important with that. And then batting, he needs to score like a big 100, I think, because if he scores it, it'll be like that Rohit Sharma effect. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
160 of like 220 to 30 balls, good like 70, 60 strike rate. I think
Yeah.
very key. I think that will take immense pressure off Root. So Ben Stokes will be the key with the bat and the ball. So yeah, I think then you have Joe Root, class player. I think this might not turn as much. It might, but I'm just thinking, assuming from what we've seen so far,
Right.
and it might be a more of a wicket that he'll enjoy.
Fair enough. And I think Moin Ali also has gone back. So maybe Dom Best comes back in.
Yeah, that's strange, man. I don't know. Like, Dombas picked 4 wickets, he got dropped. Moin Ali picked 8 wickets, like 4-4. He got dropped.
And
Like,
scored a good quick fire 40 as well.
yeah, he scored yeah, I don't know what
Over
was the
three, I
reason
think it
for him
was.
to go. Like, I think Joe Root said in the press conference also, like, I mean, they apologized about something as well. I didn't really understand, like, if it's the rotation policy or what it is, but the man who took a break from Test cricket for 2 years, 1 year at least, he's back in the squad, picked 8 wickets. I think you need to play him in the third test, especially he suits the conditions.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of strange. But Dom Bess again, like, glimpses of some talent there, but he needs to be consistent. And I think stamina. Watch out for stamina. Let's see how that goes, because it's going to be hot there as well. So that will be key. But yeah, man, I think for England it'll be those batsmen and Archer and Anderson with the ball, and Leach as well. I think
Yeah.
he'll put in those overs.
Yeah. So your player to watch out for, like you said, a little bit Stokes.
Yeah, Ben Stokes.
For
I
sure.
think everyone will go Jimmy Anderson, and I will not argue with that because he's an
Yeah.
unbelievable bowler.
Yeah.
He's always been in my World 11 team. I think he can play in all conditions. That talk is rubbish that he only performs in England. He
Yeah.
can perform anywhere. He can make any ball talk. But I'm going Ben Stokes because of his all-round ability, and like the impact he can have is just next level. I think both with his strike rate with the bat and the ball. So like, when he gets wickets or runs, he gets it in bunches. So that will be, and he gets at a quick rate to run. So I think he will be key.
Absolutely. I think I agree with that. That kind of wraps it up. But who are you pipping to win this one?
It's going to be close. To be honest with you, even if whoever loses the toss, I think they're still in the game because, like you said, if there's something in it for the fast bowler, especially in the first couple of hours in the
Yeah.
first day, then it'll be very interesting. I think it's going to be a very close match, and I think India might just nick it. Yeah, I think India will win the game. You?
Nice. Of course, man. Always India. India to win convincingly. I'm not
But
going to say they're nicking it.
but mind you, this is the test match. Even though the next test match is in the same ground, this is the test match with England are banking on. I could tell from the
Absolutely.
start of the series the way the experts are speaking, the way the players are speaking, everyone is speaking. I think that Chennai win is a bonus for them. They put
Yeah.
their eggs in this basket, so they're going to go all
Absolutely. I
out. So I
agree.
think that's why I said just, but I can be completely wrong. England might even win it, but or India win it one-sided. But I think this is going to be the toughest test for India because I think England have prepared for this the most. But only time will tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it, and not too long left now. So hopefully we'll catch you
Can't wait.
after day one.
Can't wait, man. It's been a long break, but I'll catch
Yep.
you after day one. Enjoy the game.
Yep. You too.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.